like the autofocus is like starting to.
Yeah, I don't know what's causing that. And Ario's completely like out of frame.
I don't want to get that close.
To what?
I was just like really not.
Oh, for the audio.
Yeah.
He's extremely Filipino-phobic.
Yeah. Don't check me when I say installers. Just accept that it's a thing. What's up, installers? Welcome.
I'm going to crash on the way home.
Great. Yeah, welcome to. I look so fat. Let me just. That didn't do anything. Okay, so welcome to our mini podcast episode. This isn't. I guess I'm not gonna number this. It's not gonna be in like the greater whatever. But because we did our very first like group let's play, we figured might as well like make an episode out, like a podcast episode out of it. I imagine we have things to say about it, and yeah, this is for Faith. I did not name drop. This is Faith, the Unholy Trinity, because of our Let's Play. Yeah, mini episode. Go, Ariel. Thoughts?
This is a good game. I really liked it.
That's insane. Anyway, no.
Want me to go more specifics?
Nah, let's say
just the normal
Kenji,
like,
yeah,
thing
the
and
normal
number. Yeah.
Yeah, no, great game. I would say 9 out of 10.
Wow, high score.
Yeah.
Kenji, how about you?
Yeah, I would agree on that. Yeah, also a 9 out of 10 for me.
Ariel's pissing me off with the fucking mics.
I will lower it. If you want to be up close, I will just lower it right now.
Don't do anything because I think I'm looking at the thing right now. I think I'm okay. You just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. We'll figure. We will see what the end product looks like. I'm not cutting out any of this, by the way, because I'm mad now.
Cause like you know, since we got the mixer,
you're not even the stupid fight. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you.
What? I'm at the.
No, you started moving. Do the thing. No, keep the mic. No. You started moving away.
What are you talking about?
We have recorded evidence. You started moving away. You started moving away.
I'm trying to see what I can like mess with.
I'm not
and
cutting
then change
out
back really quickly.
I'm not cutting out a single thing about this. By the way,
I don't know what to do. I want to like.
I understand. You want to listen. This is you can't do anything until we get some sort of setup where you have the mixer right next to you.
So never.
So you're cooked, buddy. You're cooked.
What are your thoughts, Angelo?
Oh right. This is a great game. So I didn't want to give it a 9 out of 10 just to be different. But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if anything less than a 9 out of 10 is a little bit of a disservice to this game. I like the game. Like, it's not really the game I would play like in terms of not combat, like gameplay. It's kind of like, I like RPGs, but like just the game itself is good enough. I like the writing. I think I like biblical fiction. I was raised a Catholic, so, you know, I'm fairly familiar with a good amount of references and stuff like that. So I thoroughly enjoyed this game. Yeah, so I guess my final score is 9 out of 10.
Rabbit and Steel, ever so slightly clear, small difference, I'm afraid. If this game played like Rabbit and Steel, it'd be a lot better.
If Raven Steel played like this, I would have enjoyed it more.
How would that work?
How would that work?
I don't know.
It's like there's no story. What would be the driving force in your?
If you replaced all of Rabbit and Steel with Faith and just called it Rabbit and Steel.
Okay, look. Okay,
or not even just named the EXE Rabbit and Steel.
So, wow, look who's being loud now.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, so it's obvious that this game is. We had a comment on one of our things, and it was like, "I see you discovered Peak." Shout out to that guy. I saw your comment. I don't know if you're back, but this game is peak. Yeah. This game is pretty fucking peak. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I know Kenji, you did a little more research.
Yeah,
so we can go into what you found out about, you know, what the game is about or whatever.
And I have some comments on sound design.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay, so there you go. I don't think I will contribute much Other than I like the game, I did
Well,
no research.
You can, since you're
The resident Catholic.
big on Abrahamic lore.
Big on Abraham Lincoln lore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked our 16th president.
He was a vampire slayer.
Wrong.
What do you mean wrong? They made a whole
He
movie
was
about it.
no, but see, that was fiction. He was actually a vampire.
Oh.
Yeah, propaganda doesn't allow that to happen because we're still discriminatory. This is stupid. Continue. We're fucking. This is stupid. This bit is stupid. Okay, Kenji, say stuff.
So I guess to start the discussion properly.
Yeah.
So how familiar are you guys with like the sort of the style of game or era of game this game is trying to be reminiscent?
You know,
of?
Not at all.
I am actually very familiar. I'm lying. Yeah, so 0. None. I'm not familiar. I know what it's trying to look like.
Yeah, I've
and
seen games that
like,
look like
yeah.
this, but you've never played.
No.
Okay.
Not like said that like we've been in MagFest with like
Yeah.
the retro, like the arcade, the museum and stuff like that, but never like actually played, like sat down and played. So no.
So I've played like some games from this era. It's not something that, like mostly at like places like MagFest.
Yeah.
Especially like PC games, like that era of PC games, something I've pretty much no experience with. But I have played like Atari games, which it's pretty much the same control scheme
You're good.
Okay.
as this. And like I believe there are references to Atari, not like literally, but like sort of the style of device that it is. Like
So when you say references to Atari, is it like
in terms of like
the way it sounds,
when
or
the
like, when it loads up?
Yeah, or when I've heard like other people discuss or the creator discuss the game, like that's like sort of the era
Gotcha.
of games he's trying to pull from.
Okay.
And for me, I thought that was like really cool because that's you see a lot of like indie games like do sort of these throwback things. Like initially it was like sort of 8-bit or 16-bit like platformer games, and now we're kind of reaching that like sort of PS1 early 3D throwback style. But I've never seen a game go this far
for
back.
this era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like seeing something like that really immediately stuck out to me. It was one of the reasons I was interested in playing this game.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess since we're talking about that particular era of gaming, is there anything sound-wise, Ariel, that you have comments about? Like, are you familiar with what it sounded like back then? And is this game accurate?
So I'm pretty sure. So we played it on headphones, like
Yeah.
all three of us. I'm pretty sure, like if you're playing like one of those
No, sorry, it's my arm is asleep. Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Anyways, I feel like if you're playing like a fucking is it Commodore 64, like these old games, you weren't playing on headphones, and you were probably playing on mono, because like stereo at the time was like a huge innovation, and this game wasn't stereo. Like they're straight up. Like I think personally this is to the game's benefit. Like if you wanted to like keep it like loyal to the era of the game, I think something would have been lost, because it does a really good job with using the stereo imaging in the game and kind of messing with you while you're playing, because like you hear something on the left, you hear something on the right, and then you can't really exactly.
They were able to use modern advancements to their benefit.
Yeah.
And it's that's a good thing.
Yeah. Like, I think like without, like if this game wasn't stereo and just mono, I don't think like some of the it
just wouldn't hit the same.
Atmosphere. Yeah, it wouldn't hit the same. And yeah, no, I really like the sound design. I like the music. Even though, because I'm pretty sure the text to speech they're using for like John and stuff, that was like something super old. I think that was like I don't know if they use it exactly or like emulating, but it was the first synthesized voice.
Yeah, there was it was like a DOS era
Okay.
text to speech. I don't remember the name of it at the top of my head. It's on the wiki.
Yeah,
and like specifically how to get the settings for the different voices.
Oh,
are also on the wiki as well.
Yeah, but like, and man, whenever like he talk, it's kind of just creepy, like off the bat, right?
Yeah.
Very unnerving.
Yeah, definitely. And so even though it's like these older, like emulating older sounds, I don't know exactly if if it's like one-to-one recreation or one-to-one like getting the sounds, or he's just recreating it in some way. But yeah, just like the very like limited sound palette at the time, he made very good use of making it sound weird and disoriented, right? Like,
Which helps because this is a horror game, kind of. I feel like this would this. I feel like that wouldn't be as interesting in a game that didn't like kind of try to make you unnerving or unnerved in any kind of way. Like if this was like a weird, I don't know,
just like a normal
cooking mama game or something. Yeah, like I don't think it would be as interesting. But yeah, so like they use the dev. Is it one guy?
Initially, it was.
So like the guy used it well. Like he used the style that he wanted to emulate and like the genre like blended seamlessly. Like it worked well, like super well together. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I'd like I would just talk more in detail about it. Yeah, pretty much that is the gist. Another thing like that really works well is whenever he like does it like a jump scare. And because like he usually like in the either has no audio in the sections, or like very like very low hums or like smooth sine waves.
It's not like a big audio spike.
Yeah. It's like it's very, not that it's not there, but like very goes in the background, right?
Yeah.
And then a jump scare happens, and then he goes with like the harsher like sounds of the era, right? And it's like whenever fucking someone speaks, it like spikes, and just because of just the frequencies weren't like there. Again, I love the sound design in this game. It's very good. I like the music. I don't know. I was making comments about it. It's like Angela's like, yeah, this track hits, doesn't it? And then you look at me weird.
Yeah, did I look at you weird? I think I would have looked at you weird just because I don't appreciate it. Like I can see why someone would appreciate. Like I don't think it's bad or anything. I just am not someone who pays attention to it. You know, I can just kind of. I think. Yeah, no, I don't appreciate. Like I can't. Right, I just don't have that ear. I don't have that ear. Yeah, I can recognize, like, what if something makes sense for like the environment that we're in, right? Like, or if it sounds scary or whatever. But yeah,
it's like because I have a friend who's like really into like using the old like making, 8-bit sound music in like the old ways using like trackers and stuff. So like I just grown to appreciate that like way of making music. It's just completely alien to me. So like just the way that he does it and like very emulates the style.
It tickles your dick a little bit.
Yeah, no.
What the fuck, Ariel?
I'm sorry.
You didn't have to agree with the vulgarity of what I said. You sick man.
Yeah. If it wouldn't be something I would listen to like by myself, but like would go
in a game.
Yeah, like
there is one track that I do actually like.
Oh, really? I think I know. Was it the like the music in his house?
No, there's like the Miriam theme, boss battle theme. I don't think we actually.
Oh, we didn't get to it.
Yeah, we didn't do that. But I saw he posted it. It's on his YouTube channel. Like
I see
an earlier version of it, and it sounds fucking amazing.
This is a fight that we didn't do.
I believe it's Super Miriam for one of the secret ending or one of the
secret bosses.
Good endings. Yeah,
I got you.
We'll get into it a bit, but just my final note on the music. I think like a good OST isn't just good music. It really is just music that suits like what you're doing in the game at the time. So I really just appreciate the music that like went into this and how good it is in the moment.
Well, that's our resident audio guy.
Yeah, that's all the audio. That's all I have to bring to the table.
Okay, well, any more insights into this game? Like just in terms of
like what other? I guess like what visuals. How do we feel? Like I know we talked about
are we
like
talking
generally,
about the rotoscope or
just
like
in general. Like because
Everything?
I know we talked about like the era of game, but like we didn't go into specifics of like the actual graphics of the game.
It does its job, like
Yeah.
to be in the service. There's something again. It's not like it makes sense to like say it nowadays, because like we have like this better fidelity, have all the more technology and stuff. And sometimes I didn't really understand what things were.
That's something I really liked about this game because I feel as like a lot of the scariest things are things that you kind of imagine or you're not sure what you're looking at.
Oh, I see. I thought Ario was kind of talking about like items,
Oh yeah, no that like
Oh.
remember in the beginning, like
rocks.
yeah, the rocks, and we didn't.
Okay, the rocks isn't important, but yeah, like I guess I didn't. There wasn't a lot where it mattered in gameplay. Where
Yeah. It doesn't matter, but just like
it didn't matter that we thought rocks looked like steel, like pipes,
Yeah.
kind of like stacked together. But yeah, I guess there was a few moments where I'm like, oh, like what are we looking at, and we just have to kind of guess.
Yeah.
I don't think it
and then
was
sometimes
a bad
like
thing.
we look at something and it's like a like important item or whatever. It's like what is that? Or we say something else and we look at it. It's like oh, it goes into more detail. It, like takes like the full screen. It's like oh, it's that.
Yeah, I don't think the lack of detail is detrimental at all.
No, it's
I agree.
Like even like when we're not sure what we're looking at, it's like
didn't
it's
matter.
always things that that's just like kind of background objects.
And I think the dev anticipated it because there are moments where again it full screen, right?
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
reason why it full screen because then it could be mistaken
Yeah.
for something else like in the 4 world or whatever it's called.
Oh, also, and like they used to like full screen. I really liked it because because in itself it can be a jump scare too, because it just like very abruptly just takes up the entire thing.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna hijack. Were you guys ever? We never got a jump scare going outside of notes, right?
No,
No.
I thought that would happen.
When it did the thing where it forced you to go line by line,
Oh, that was
which
cool.
I thought it was gonna.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. I don't know. I thought maybe missed opportunity, but I'm not like
I actually really like how restrained this
the
game
jump
is.
scares were.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like there's near the
Yeah,
end of
it
chapter
let-
3. There was like the birds.
But I think it.
That was like
it's
one.
a good thing that that's the only
Yeah.
thing we can really talk about
Yeah.
for jump scares. I think this game does a good job of like allowing the atmosphere and your own imagination to like scare the shit out of you, you know, or like at the very least unnerve, like scare the shit isn't like there wasn't a lot of like I'm gonna shit my pants moments, I think, but there's definitely moments of like what the fuck, right? So
Yeah.
those are cool. I think it's a cooler feeling of like, you know, because jump scares can be very much like and then you laugh about it, and because
Yeah.
it was funny, like the birds, like the
My favorite kind of horror is like stuff that unnerves you.
yeah,
more
because that's the
than-
type of shit that sticks with you after playing the game.
Yeah.
like you can be thinking about that shit on the car ride home, type of deal. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. The way the way this game handled its scares is good.
the the rotoscoping, like that fucking crawling thing at the beginning of the game.
The chupacabra, Michael.
Yeah, that was like that's something I just think about every
Really?
now because it's just so fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like
Like rotoscoping in itself already creates this kind of like when
Uncanny
it's done. Yeah,
type of
uncanny
thing.
feeling.
it is something that is not like that fidelity. It was something not possible in the era that he's trying to.
Emulate.
Yeah, so that decision of sort of like actively doing something that is against the, I guess
The
like,
target era.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's very interesting.
I
It
think
does make
like,
it more
sells-
uncanny.
Yeah, I think it sells those moments more even like
Yeah.
just randomly you get like this more like finer detailed thing that's going on to kind of explain what exactly happened.
And I think it, like what he chooses to depicts in greater details what makes it so scary to me. Because like a lot of the game, I guess, if you're just like not playing, you're just like you just glance at it. It looks very mundane.
Like the rotoscoping
Like
section.
I mean, like general, like the normal gameplay.
Oh yeah.
And so like it makes it almost like a jump scare.
Yeah.
That like something weird is about to happen, but you don't know what it is.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, man, and I want to talk about like the light sections. I hated those.
No, that was my favorite part.
No, I mean like I hated it because it's like it was so effective.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
I forget, was I the only one that played that, or
I played
I think I
during
played-
the lamp section.
Yeah.
At chapter 3.
And I was too much of a bit piss baby to ever offer to take the
or
controllers.
I
on
mean
those ones.
like the camera.
Yeah, you played the camera.
Okay.
But
Played the
I played
camera.
the lantern section.
I think you also did. Did I do the flashlight? Actually, I don't remember. Like in chapter 2.
Yeah. That was Kenji too.
I think so.
That was Kenji because yeah, I remember.
And oh my, and the one that like really got to me is like in the flashlight section, and then like Kenji presumably lost control of his character, and then you just gotta flash and see like the guy, like the little creature, like coming at you.
I don't think you ever lost control, did you?
Of the guy coming.
Remember when you had to drive cultists away by like
Yeah.
you never lost control, did you?
No, I'm talking about like you went downstairs and then it went pitch black and then you flashed it and you see like the guy and then you couldn't move anymore. You gotta flash it 3 more times to be able to like run away. Remember? Like it was rotoscoped.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about.
Oh, in the base.
Yeah,
No,
not
in the basement.
it was
But it was
hotel.
apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it was in first person.
Yeah, first person.
It wasn't. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
I remember.
Yeah, that was. You said that was scary for you, or whatever?
Yeah, really. And I just remember, like, man, don't. I kept saying, don't flash it. I didn't want Kenji to continue.
Really? How is it gonna progress? You obviously are supposed to flash.
You see, at that point, if I was playing that by myself, I would.
You would stop, really?
I would quit the game. Yeah.
That's so interesting because it's like
I would quit many times during this game if I was like only playing this by myself.
Huh?
I'm awful with horror games. Absolutely bad
There's
at
something about horror games to me where it's just at some point it just loses the horror for me.
Yeah.
Like not in a bad way, like in a more like in a way that like I can enjoy the creation, like the fucked up creations a little bit. Like it doesn't scare me. Like obviously if I fucking saw it in real life, I'd kill myself because I don't want to deal with it. But yeah, I don't know. Games, horror games to me is cool. Like I don't think I willingly start one unless it's like Resident Evil. But when I do start actually playing it, it's like I'm cool.
I think
I'm
like
cool.
it's able to keep up the tension very well in this game just because the variety of activities that you're doing. So most part you are just like Jesus
Walking around, yeah.
people, it's just, which is fine, you know. Like, but those sections where it is focused, like okay, now it's focused on the lighting, now it's the camera flash,
Yeah.
and like those like little gameplay changes, like those sections, I feel do a very good job of keeping the game scary, even though you're not doing that much.
And
Yeah.
you know, now I think about it, I don't think there's any specific enemy in the game that you couldn't deal with like
You have all the tools necessary.
with the cross. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the cross pretty much is able to get rid of everything.
the Lord Jesus Christ will always protect his followers.
Yeah. And like, I think it like really like the camera section, like when you send the cross down to the basement, it really like
Oh
sells
yeah, that was great.
those moments like, oh, I don't have access to this thing that will most of the time keep me safe.
Yeah, no, I definitely had the feeling of like Jesus protects me. Like I don't want to give this up, but like you know you have to, which I thought was a really good part in the game because it's like all you've done is Jesus things
Yeah.
to death. So
Like yeah, it really sells like the power and importance of I guess your most of the
Of
time
your
your
faith.
only action of your faith. Yeah, I was thinking more of like a gameplay thing.
right, gotcha.
It's like you know thematically it sells like the importance. Yeah, the importance.
Like
of the game.
your form of attack is gone.
Yeah.
you know your form of protection's gone. So cool.
You want to talk about the structure of the game? How's like 3 chapters?
Yeah.
Because
I
it's a
guess.
Trinity.
Oh, they say it. I mention it every time they said Unholy Trinity.
Yeah, I know. I was ignoring you the whole time.
So, to my understanding that this game was done in parts.
Yeah, it was like originally 3 different games, something like that.
Yeah, and then
Oh, wow,
Unholy
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 different games?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
like-
first
Oh, shoot.
chapter and the second chapter were on itch, and then the third chapter, they made it into Unholy Trinity, and it was turned
Bundled
into one
together,
game.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought it was like, I thought the chapters were released individually, but I thought like it was always meant to be the same game.
I think after chapter 2 it was, but definitely went from 1 to 2. It's like
But separately?
yeah, they were separate,
Interesting.
and I feel
Okay.
like you can tell from chapter 1 to chapter 2.
Yeah, chapter 1 was like, I guess it could have been just like a one-off story, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe the idea was, I'm speculating here. I don't know what his plan was. Maybe like, yeah, like one-off stories of just like a preacher.
Yeah, it was
or
fine as
priest
like a
going-
self-contained.
Yeah, and then
experience.
like the next chapter would be like a self-contained exorcism story again, but it turned into like a overarching Avengers-esque threat.
And like you can, I feel like I can tell like from like how you get the endings or all the endings in the first chapter versus the second and the third.
There was a difference because I thought every chapter would kind of follow the same structure in the way that like you go up to a certain point and then from there, depending on your actions, you can get all the endings and you can just keep going back to that one point. But yeah.
Yeah, and for chapter 2 and 3, you had to like. For chapter 2, you got to like do. I think what was it? You got to do specifically demonic things, right, to get the like for like the bad ending, and then you got to like.
Yeah, and
like-
then there's like a good ending where you don't do any of the demonic things.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Like one of the things was like I think the star you did with
Yeah,
the
we
blood.
did the star.
yeah.
I think if you can, or to get like the really good ending, you can't do any of like the evil shit. Like even to get like notes and stuff. I think so. Yeah. What are we talking about now?
We're talking about structure, and I think,
Got you.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the first chapter was I think it was a year between 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure. I
Okay.
remember seeing that.
Do you like that because of the chapter, or do you like that the chapters don't interact with each other directly, or would you
Yeah.
prefer if they did?
No, I enjoy that. They're all like, from 2 and 3, it's like a continuation, definitely. But for like 1 and 2, they're like separate stories, right? And I think I enjoy that for what it is.
I think I would have liked if it interacted with each other in any way, or if it was more connected, like very much leading like one into the other. But at the same time, I can appreciate the fact that like you can just start playing chapter 3 right now, and what you did back then doesn't really matter, right? And
Yeah.
like to get the good ending for chapter 3, you just need to do stuff in chapter 3. So I guess it's either or. I don't mind the fact that it doesn't interact with each other as much,
Yeah,
but
'cause-
I'm a guy who likes like just everything connecting. Like
If it did, we would have. Garcia would be dead. We
Yeah,
killed him.
yeah.
We murdered him.
I like that it is separate just for the sake of how simple the gameplay is, that it makes going for the other endings not that bad or not like nearly as repetitive as it
could
could be.
Yeah.
Like imagine if you had to replay the entire
Chapter
game
1.
from chapter 1 to
Gotcha.
get every single alternative scenario.
yeah. Which I thought was the case, like initially when we
Yeah,
first
that's
played.
also what I initially until the very clearly when Garcia showed
When
up.
clearly, yeah.
Or was I forgot? Didn't you say it was like that? Was
So I
like,
think that was a dream when Garcia died.
Yeah.
Because even in chapter 2, when John wakes up, like at the end of chapter 2, there's a letter from John. There's a letter from Garcia. So that I think that very much implies that what's his face, John was dreaming. So I think he would have lived regardless of what happened. I think like part of the good ending for chapter 2 is keeping Garcia alive. So yeah. So I guess you guys like the structure of the game, the way it's structured. Like I think we all agree it's okay.
yeah. Want to go into
I guess instead of like I do like things connecting more, but that's a me thing. but I also don't think that this is the bad way to do it for this game. Did you want to talk about narrative now? Like story?
We can go into. Okay, John is a crazy person, and this is all in his head.
I think we already like the ending, like it's already.
No.
What do you mean? No,
He's imagining it.
But Garcia is a very real person with a very real shotgun.
He is imagining all this. He's in a mental facility.
What?
Remember when that the head or whatever touches you, and then
That's the demon fucking with you.
no, that's you going into the real world.
No, Ariel, you would get possessed like that. Some demon is gonna show up and be like, "Yo,
First of all,
you need to wake up," and you could be like, "Okay."
personally, I would not let that happen to me.
No, you would. Very clearly, you would.
happened.
It's already happened. You don't even know it.
I would fight off the demon possession. You don't know me
Wrong.
like that.
Wrong.
But we do get like the semblance of because there's a first note, and that's where I was got the idea from. It's just like, oh yeah, John. It pretty much boils down. John, he's a crazy guy. He said he thinks he's a priest, and that's pretty much what the first the note after you beat the optional boss in the first chapter with the thing.
With the mirror.
Yeah, and you know what? Thinking back on it, that could have just been, I don't know how much the guy thought of it afterwards. But he then in chapter 3 he throws another bone of you in a straitjacket, like trying to get out of this facility. And I don't know. I think it's supposed to be ambiguous, or at least
I don't think so. I think it's very clearly demons fucking with you. What do you think?
From my understanding, what I thought initially was that it was supposed to be sort of him remembering his time because he was institutionalized at some point.
Oh, I didn't know that.
is that confirmed? Or
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Wait, for what though?
The first,
Oh, after the first exorcism?
yeah.
Like before.
Because like the dude just leaves and there's just like a house of dead people.
Oh. Well, this shit's on your theory. If he's already gone through the institutionalized, like what do you?
Like Ariel,
That makes
and
sense.
Ariel's head canon, he just never left after
No.
that.
Or he left and he went back home and just like suffered no repercussions for leaving a house full of dead people.
In one of the endings, we kill someone.
Yeah,
I don't know. Actually, which one is the canon ending?
for chapter 1.
Yeah,
I think it's I think we shoot Amy. I think.
because that's the first one.
I think the canon is shooting Amy. I think, right?
No, like, or run by me the endings again for chapter one.
First one was we shoot
Shoot Amy.
Shoot Amy, get arrested. There's a couple one that were just gags, right? Shoot the deer.
Shoot the deer, you get killed by deers.
Shoot the fox, and then cultists show up and kill John, which that's probably not real.
Shoot Michael.
Michael, and then he
which-
gets run over.
Yeah,
And then shoot the guy, and then Michael.
Michael kills you.
Yeah. So out of the 5, it's either shoot Amy and then get arrested,
Or shoot Michael and then
because
you-
that's the only ones where we make it out alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird because like the flashback later doesn't depict that, right? Like
Which one?
When he's making the deal with the glowing.
That's not a flashback, is it?
Yeah,
Wait, it's a
I
flashback.
believe so.
Oh, because we leave the house. Remember afterwards.
I thought that was
Wait, no, that's during the first exorcism, right?
I thought that was because we were in like hell. Like we were in hell talking to Gary, and then like what's his face is losing his mind. So he wants to get out, and so God shows up, and I don't know if that was part of. I think that was, unless you have insight to the dev saying it was a flashback.
From what
I thought that it
Understood.
was just God talking to talking to John in like the hell section that we had played through, and then it cuts to the flashback again of leaving the house.
Okay, because from what from what I've seen, like from people explaining the lore, is like he made a deal with the devil in the first exorcism.
Huh? Like why?
and like he and
Why?
because like John just like couldn't handle it, like he like and he actively like he is the direct cause of Amy
I
being
just
possessed, or like directly
Yeah.
let her be possessed.
I just wonder. I mean, okay, I guess that makes sense if Amy's dead already in chapter 3, like because I don't know.
So in the good end, or the secret endings for chapter 3, you do find Amy again.
Oh, she's alive
She's like
without a
demon.
face.
Yeah.
Damn. Rip Amy.
So yeah, she's still she's still kicking.
You see,
You think you could live without a face?
you see, if that were me, I would have just survived.
I mean, it's
Ariel-
more efficient, I
Ariel,
guess.
you would be so easily gaslit into believing you're not possessed, but you are. Like this is no. You
Ariel
would be
convinced that the,
prime real estate for demons, like straight up.
Ariel would be convinced that the second death ritual was actually the way to ward off.
Yeah, no, straight up.
It's like,
No, like,
I just gotta shove the babies in my face. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll carve.
If- if-
Yeah,
I'll
I'll show these demons who's boss.
If
I'm
it
gonna
was-
kill all these babies.
If
Yeah.
it was me instead of Amy, like I'm just saying, John wouldn't have to go all through that because like it would have showed us like, oh yeah, I'm fine. You know, there was a demon. It's gone now. I'm just saying. I'm gonna take that away from you because I feel like you're gonna hit me with something.
That thing was making noise.
Yeah, it does that.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Remember the puzzle, the fake out puzzle?
Oh
yeah.
Fuck. Was that actually a fake?
Yeah,
out,
that's
do you know?
literally impossible. Yeah.
Fuck you. But that's
so good.
it's pretty ingenious because everyone who plays this game is gonna be like, what the fuck? And then just go back and forth, back and forth. I think it's so funny though. I wanna see what it looks like from Gary's perspective of just watching John go back and forth, trying to be like, what the fuck is going on?
I want to know if in canon if it's solvable or if Gary set that up specifically.
Oh yeah, to fuck
for
with
that
John.
to happen.
Yeah, because he could have injected John in any way, in any other way, but no, I'm gonna fuck with him and just make a puzzle because like I don't know, I guess it's canon that John be doing puzzles.
Yeah, because like there's the other ones that like it felt similar to something you would do in the game.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you got like a fucking picture, and you're like, oh, okay, you gotta note saying explain things, and like this one very clearly pressing the things did something. You just had to, like, you know, you go back and forth to figure out initially,
Yeah,
and then just
I love when devs train their player base to do a thing and then just completely fuck them over for doing the thing. It's always fun. It's always fun, but it's definitely a big fuck you. Because like, how dare you treat me like a dog? I like Father Garcia.
oh, he's cool, yeah.
I like people with shotguns typically, especially if they're killing demons. So, yeah.
I think Father Garcia should go to Ultra Kill and deal with whatever's going on down there.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Ultra Killix. I thought they were dealing with robots. I'm gonna be honest.
No, just the robots. I think in hell. I'm pretty sure.
Why are there robots in hell?
I don't know, man. You're in hell. Blood is fuel. Go crazy. So, anyways, Kenji told me that all the New Blood games are in the same universe.
Apparently, yeah.
Apparently.
Whatever that means.
That means either potentially V2 Ultra Kill can just come out and solve
Well,
the whole
didn't
issues.
we see him?
We saw him in the goofs.
Is that? Are you sure it was a goof? Are you sure it was a goof? Or you think one of the kids actually saw that robot? The robot's trying to investigate what the
Like
fuck is going on.
chapter 4, that's gonna be like Garcia's rounding up the New Blood Avengers.
No, yeah, I was about to say Garcia is Nick Fury in this
Yeah.
universe.
You see, I don't know
The
if
Catholic Avengers.
now. You see, I don't know if you want to see V2 Ultra Kill.
Why?
He'd be doing shit.
What do you mean?
I think, you know, I don't know. I'm not big on the Ultra Kill lore. I just really like playing the game. He's kind of just kills anything.
Okay.
On the topic of killing things, I
Yeah.
guess as a Are you Christian Catholic or just Christian?
I am a Catholic.
You're Catholic.
Well, raised Catholic,
Okay.
yes.
How does Father Garcia work in that case? Because I thought Catholics were supposed to be non-violent.
Well, okay.
Because
Well,
he is shooting possessed people.
I mean, the crusade
se,
happened. I mean, there's a lot of.
Yeah, but I don't know if the Pope. I don't know if he's approved.
Yeah,
by
listen.
He also smokes afterwards.
That's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's killing possessed. If we're talking about strictly his own faith, and if he really, obviously he doesn't believe in nonviolence, because I don't think you can be nonviolent when it comes to demons. I'm assuming is the justification for him, like in universe, as like him being a Catholic man. I'm assuming Catholic man and running around with shotguns.
Yeah.
So, you know, and to me it makes sense as someone who was raised Catholic, and yeah, you know, you shouldn't kill people, but demons, you shoot them in the face.
Because the thing I'm thinking is
Shoot Gary.
if these
again.
people are possessed, I don't know if they can be I don't know if canonically they can be Jesus saved. But
only Jesus can do that.
no, I mean with the
No, I know. I mean,
Yeah.
like just in scripture, I think the only one who's ever like I don't know.
they can't be exorcised or
So-
exorcisms are not a thing.
Because I'm fairly sure not a single exorcism has ever worked IRL. And it's always just been like a mentally ill person being subjected to religious trauma. But so in my head, like in the Bible, I think Jesus is the only person I think who has ever expelled demons from. I'm probably gonna be corrected if people watch this, but like I'm just thinking of
On paper written down,
yeah, like
has a success rate of
I
exercising.
think
people.
like I'm thinking of Legion. Like, do you remember? You know the quote, I am Legion, for we
Yeah.
are many. Like
Yeah.
the like that. I think that demon or whatever was in like a person, and then Jesus was like, hey, fuck off, and then put him in a pig, and then told the pig to go drown. So like I don't know if anybody else has done that. Like any human, I should say, any human. So that's why I'm like, you can't in the game. I'm fairly sure it's like you can't, or even IRL, like you can't. I don't think you can save anybody who's like truly possessed by demons, because you're not Jesus. You don't have Jesus powers.
Why?
And so the best thing to do is to send them to God.
Why-
just kill them and send them to God?
Why fuck that pig in particular? Like, what did that pig ever do?
Animals are just a thing you can just kill.
Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
don't think animals biblically have souls, right? Like they just.
I think
exist.
so.
That's fucked up.
I think so.
I mean, they are property according to the government.
Listen, yeah, just throughout human history, animal lives are always less than humans. So, you know, it just makes sense.
So what are we doing to the cultists when we Jesus them?
You're expelling something. I don't know.
You're expelling something.
Because we can
They do like melt.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if we're
So-
incapacitating them, and then it's when we
They do come back. They come back.
Yeah, they come back. So I guess we're just.
They come back, or is it just another one?
Yeah, that's what I'm at. Like,
It'd be weird if it's just another one in the same position. It's like when John goes off screen, everyone's like, "Quick, get back!" Like that just seems kind of
They
weird.
just hot swap the people.
I'm assuming they come back, maybe, because I don't want to think of the other implications is just as weird. But then them just coming back, I
Their
think that
cult
makes sense.
runs off of strict guidelines, and they have to be
Oh,
in
yeah.
this spot, this room.
Yeah,
They have remember they have like fucking
they have
Twitch subs?
tears. They have tears.
They have tears.
So yeah, they do have guidelines. But anyway, oh, you know what? I guess I never really talked about why I like this game so much. I am a fan. I might have said it in chapter 1. I like biblical fiction. Like I said, I was raised a Catholic, so a lot of stuff is familiar to me. So, and I like the idea of, well, obviously I don't like the idea of demons, but like things like the Doomslayer, you know, like I like the idea of things that can scare demons, right? Like that good guys are like just as violent and that can be just as violent and can be as fucked up as demons, and it scares demons. That's what I like. So
V2 Ultra Kill.
so like when Father Garcia showed up with a shotgun and started fucking shooting Gary, I was cheering internally. I'm like, this is the kind of Catholicism that I like. Like, put the fear of God into demons because we gonna fuck them up, type of deal, you know. So
To me, I also internalize that type, like character archetype,
yeah,
as like or like it's not a character, but like see the visual of that, like that these people are beyond saving, like that the fact that we have to go to this level shows like how fucked the opposition is.
Yeah.
Oh, you think the colors are significant of like the characters?
Well, cultists are red because they're bad.
John is blue, and I
Because
think
he's good.
Is he the only blue one?
You think the Dev is a Crip?
No, and then
it is New Blood. Anyway,
what was it?
Garcia was gray.
Yeah, it was gray.
So was Father Allred.
You think? Yeah,
although I would imagine it's because they're old. Like gray can be old.
Yeah, but like seeing Garcia, like it's the only one to result to violence. Again, he smokes afterwards, which is usually considered a vice.
He's a grizzled old veteran of the war.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, this is like a gray character.
In every sense of the word.
Like literally a great character. I like characters like that because I think I like great characters that aren't like gray in a sense that they can be seen as bad. But like, I think obviously Father Garcia is on the side of good, but yeah, he will smoke. He will take a shotgun and fucking kill people, or at least kill people possessed by demons. And so like, I guess that's the thing.
Also, like, I think choosing violence, like, I wouldn't know how this would work in like literal, like, if demon shit was happening right now, like, what would the Catholic Church do about it? But to me, like, seeing someone...
They actually have Gundams.
Seeing, like, a person of faith go to, like, violence.
Yeah.
I think I internalize that as, like, this person doesn't care about how they end up as long as they're helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, he could be damning himself.
Yeah, I like characters like that. Oh. Van Helsing.
Van Helsing.
I am reminded of Van Helsing. I think it's considered a bad movie. Like, are you familiar with that movie?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
I love that movie. Anyway, there is Van Helsing works for the church. Like specifically, he works for the Vatican, right? So, but he is like he cusses and then he drinks and he's like very mean spirited sometimes, but like he's very much a good person. So I like characters like that. So like, and he will kill people, type of deal. But he works for the church and he is very much an agent of God. Spoiler alert, I think he's Michael. I think it's very much, it's explained that he's an archangel that fell from, that has like been sent by God. I think characters who follow a faith, but is very, but can bend the rules in service of the faith, I think are really interesting characters. And that's why I really like Father Garcia. Although I still don't even see him bending any of the rules necessarily. Maybe except for smoking. But I don't think Catholicism bans smoking.
I thought it was just general, like you shouldn't vice type of deal.
What vice? Like drinking? Like you drink wine in Catholicism? Like I'm fairly... I went to Sunday school, but like I stopped going at some point. So like when it comes to what you're not allowed to do, like you're not allowed to say the Lord's name in vain. Like, I don't know if the not cursing thing is, like, actually a thing or is just something you tell kids. And then, like, you're not supposed to have premarital sex. But even then, a lot of these things are not unforgivable. Like, these are even if you do it, it's like whatever. Like, Jesus himself was around literal prostitutes. You know what I mean? Like, and thieves and stuff like that. And he was. This is the thing. Oh God, now we're gonna get into fucking biblical. So Jesus was crucified along with like thieves. He was surrounded by actual criminals. But like during their end, like Jesus forgave them. So again, it's not like other religions where if you do a thing that is considered bad, it's not unforgivable. So even if smoking was banned, like Father Garcia would be fine. Right? Like, I guess the biggest thing was that if he was killing innocent people, but at the same time, the demons.
I guess I don't know. It's like thou shalt not kill. It didn't really specify.
Yeah.
Again,
Are you defending demons here? What is going on?
I'm just like
He's already
Like,
possessed.
I don't see many things
He's already
showing
put-
their side of the story. You know, I've never.
Also, these were still people.
He's already
Are you
possessed.
saying that the demons killed them already?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. At least at the end, it was like Gary. That was attempted murder, and I don't think he was like a demon. Unless
He was a human trying to bring about the Antichrist.
bet. They didn't say thou shalt not kill people except the human trying to bring the Antichrist, did it?
I'm fairly sure Jesus would want that stopped. No, because you know what? Jesus himself is going to come down and kill them. Like, that's the whole thing about the rapture, the second coming of Christ.
Well, what about thou shalt not steal? Because, Garcia stole the show.
I'm going to ask God to forgive me for the things I'm about to do to you. This is I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot of. I'm not a Catholic anymore, but like
This game
I'm
convinced
very.
him to join the cult of Gary or the fuck.
What'd you say?
This game convinced you to join the cult.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
He's no longer
Hell
Catholic.
no.
He's a
No,
Gary.
no. But I am very sensitive when it comes to. I don't know, like people. I guess I have my own interpretations of what I learned as a Catholic, and so whenever someone's like, you're pissing me off with the whole like vice thing, and I'm just like, none of these are things that are forbidden in Catholicism.
Yeah, I guess as like a modern day, like not necessarily like specific.
Not a
to book.
practicing, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not practicing either. Like, don't get me wrong.
Right, but like always, like I felt like when I was raised, because I was raised Christian, right?
Yeah,
And then they always say
you're
like,
Hispanic. It just makes sense.
you shouldn't drink, shouldn't smoke, and that was just typically their justification
yeah.
was like, oh yeah, because it's bad because of they use Christianity as like
Yeah, again, those are things you tell kids. So it's like,
I think it's just like, again, not necessarily saying like, I think it's just like as a narrative tool to kind of show, what he's willing to do.
maybe So you said the guy was a Sunday school teacher, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, I think he would have more knowledge of what exactly.
He's not Catholic though. He's Christian, but not
Oh.
Catholic.
Is Ward? Are they Catholic priests?
In the game, yes.
Yeah. Oh, they are. I don't know how different it is though. I understand there's a lot of Christian faiths, or like a decent amount of Christian faiths. I don't know how much they differ from Catholicism.
The only I learned this today, and the only thing I know is that you treat whatever the Pope says as like
As law, yeah, because as the word of God, pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
and
So,
like,
like that's Catholics.
yeah, and it's specifically that's like a big difference. Like Christians just don't.
And I think
And other
confession is
Christians.
different or something.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know specifics, but yeah, there's something different about that in
Interesting.
Catholicism, I think.
I guess I really was indoctrinated as a Catholic, because I really do think of the Vatican as that would make sense. Hey, they were talking about the Vatican, so I guess they are Catholic. But yeah, I really do think of the Vatican as like the utmost authority when it comes to faith, like Christian faith. So like, yeah, I don't know. Interesting that he's not a Catholic though.
Yeah.
Did he like? Do you know what kind of Christian he is, or is it just he's just
I don't
Christian?
know. Yeah.
I see.
I think like as a story.
Is it bad I think less of him now?
Wow.
Kind of.
Wow, bro.
It's just listen.
Especially since it's not supposed to be like a preachy type game either.
It's just a game about
Okay,
demons.
I know I'm okay. Even though I would imagine though he is still more knowledgeable about Catholicism probably than us.
Like I'm
right?
sure
Like,
he researched
Yes.
it.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just feels a little.
Because like I doubt all the people who made like the Exorcist movie were Catholic also.
Yeah, but like one of the draws to me, or I guess because I didn't know this before, like when you told me he was a Sunday school teacher, I was like, oh wow, that makes a lot of sense. And I was like, I went to Sunday school, so it's like,
There's a lot of
there you
Sunday
go.
school.
So, but
What are your thoughts on, besides I guess the cross? There's no direct help from
from God.
God or like no from God.
Like
I feel like trying to depict God is always a tricky.
Yes.
So, I don't mean that because I'm not a religious person at all. So I don't mean that in a way like, oh, I might offend someone, but like,
how much should God be in the story?
yeah,
right?
that, and also like, there's no way you'd be able to do justice to like literally
Yeah.
the most important thing ever.
Yeah. I yeah.
There's angels.
You can't do it.
You can just send a guide.
Yeah, that's different. That's an angel.
Oh, I see.
I mean, it could always be like Father Garcia ends up being an angel. That's like a very common thing.
Oh, I see.
You know, it's like the one super like competent guy in the war against demons turns into like oh, he was always an angel all along and he was sent by God, and that's God's way to you know.
Yeah. Also, I guess like the concept of faith, like religious faith, is that you're not really supposed to expect anything directly from God, right? It's more like the promise that things will work out.
Yes.
I see.
So like the idea of like literally having God appear would kind of go against.
Yeah.
So if I'm ever in this traumatizing situation where
You would have fell for the demon angel
or
thing.
I'm surrounded
You would be like, oh my
by
God, it's him.
demons everywhere. Every
It's John
turn,
God.
John has went through some traumatizing shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's the thing about faith, right? You're just supposed to believe in without any kind of evidence.
Throw the guy a bone, and like I'm like
that was Father Garcia
at the very end, but there was many times before that.
But like Garcia showed up when it mattered, though.
Garcia showed that was God's will. That was God's will. Anyway, that's honestly why I'm not a Catholic anymore, or like it's just. God could do a lot more for the world. But you know what? I'm not somebody who hates Catholics, and I think a part of me kind of wanted to keep my faith even, but it just didn't happen. So, but I still love biblical fiction. That's why this game actually is. I love this game. I don't know. I kind of don't want to glaze it too much. I don't know why, because this isn't a type of game I would normally play. But like the more I think about this game, is just like this game's like awesome.
Does like, I guess your religious background, does that make the game scarier to you when it depicts like demonic or like satanic things?
I think when it tries to unnerve people, it's more effective on me, right? Probably like for instance. When we were reading notes and like Lucifer was mentioned, right? It probably had no effect on you two, probably, but like I didn't want to read it, right? Because I'm like, I don't know, like I don't think I'm going to like summon the guy, but even like invoking like evil things, it was very much like you don't do that, right? Like you're not supposed to do any of that. So yeah, it did do things to me. Anyway, what was your question?
Oh, if
like satanic things made it
Scarier, gotcha.
Or if like your background, I guess, just has like in general, like do sort of satanic things affect you more?
Yes, I should say yeah. I guess the answer is yes. Not scarier, I guess, but like I put on Jesus Christ Superstar when I got home. I just listen, God, like I be talking to God, be like, listen, you know I don't fuck with that, right? Like that's literally the extent that I feel I need to do that as somebody who I guess really did believe at some point, and like you know, he still does to a certain extent, that there is a God, probably, maybe, just to let him know like I'm one of you. Like that's what I do. So that's why it unnerves me more, because then in this whole like good versus evil thing, I just don't want to be on the wrong side type of deal. So even in something as stupid as a video game, right? Like I think, like I know the Church of Satan, you know, is like pretty chill people, I think.
Yeah, because you're talking about like the real
the IRL Church of Satan.
Yeah, that doesn't believe in a literal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've seen like documentaries and stuff. I don't think I would ever want to
associate with.
Like just the name. Like you could have picked a different name.
Well, I'm pretty sure they were trying to be like edgier.
Of course, yeah.
That's,
Like
the
I
point.
know why they did it, but I hate that I am like judging them. But that's just the, So yeah, anything with satanic imagery or the name Satan or anything like that, I just don't I don't play with it.
Yet you listen to metal.
You listen to like Metallica.
Yeah.
It's like the least Satan.
Yeah. I don't think.
I don't know. I know in the earlier, like they're trying to.
I'm not
Like,
gonna-
That's like
So-
way earlier.
yeah, way earlier.
Black Sabbath is something I was even kind of
Yeah.
hesitant to listen to. So like again, I won't lie and say that there was like musical bands or whatever that I just didn't listen to either because of to me like inappropriate like satanic imagery. I'm gonna be honest, one of my favorite fucking albums of all time is Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent. And his album cover it's him and it's cool. It's a cool album cover. It's like him and he has like a gun, like it's like he's behind like a glass wall or like a window. There's a gunshot like through it, and in that gunshot like he's wearing a chain, like a cross chain, and like that's where it's like focusing on or whatever. And I'll be honest, when I first saw it, I was like, this is just like inappropriate, like just because like there's a cross there, because and there's a gunshots and whatever, and like that's not good Catholic stuff. Like I'm gonna be honest, this shit ran deep for me, bro. Like, yeah.
I was gonna ask how far would it go, and like how much, like because early on, those metal bands like appear like like they're using.
I'm not talking about faith anymore, but
Yeah,
I guess it's marginally. But I'm trying to take out my phone.
like satanic, like they were trying to use Satan as like as imagery to be more edgy and stuff. At one point, they were trying to rebrand the tritone as the devil's interval.
Oh yeah, I know because of that. Oh, sorry. This is what fucked me. Like I didn't want to. Like this is such a nothing image.
Show it to the camera.
I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull it up. Like this is such a nothing image, and in fact, it goes real hard. That shit is a hard ass picture. But as like a third grader, when I first saw that image, I was like, this isn't Catholic, But the banger songs. I think it's a perfect album. Not gonna lie, no skips. Shout out 50 Cent.
On
see,
the subject of blasphemous things.
Oh God, yeah.
What do we think of the cult?
The Cult of Gary.
Yeah.
If they didn't kill babies, no. Obviously, the big bad.
I wish maybe because I just don't see why you would ever join.
Yeah.
I guess this one criticism is like Gary, I guess is supposed to be really charismatic or whatever, and I guess maybe it's intentional. We don't see that side because it's just insane, but I don't know why he has so many cult followers.
I think that was a sort of a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes against the message of the game.
Uh-huh.
But I guess maybe the opportunity to join the cult yourself.
Oh hell no. No.
Because
No.
it would make it more convincing. Like, why would someone join the cult if you were able to be indoctrinated into the cult? Like you would understand how you would get to this position.
Never mind. I changed my mind. I actually think it's a great thing that we don't know why people would join the cult. No, because that doesn't make sense to me.
It's like in other games like Fallout, you have like Kaiser's Legion, which is like the worst thing ever. But it's like, okay, once you join it, like you understand there's like a structure that someone would maybe of course it's like obviously the bad decision.
I don't think you need to join Kaiser's Legion to understand that though. Like, I think it's very much just, this is what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to have the option to join. Like, Kaiser's Legion is still very much in your face throughout the game, and you know what they're about just by either talking to them or talking to people who are against them, and we don't get any of that. That's why I'm like, I don't think we have to join them, but I think if there was just more information on, one, how they get the recruits, and two, if we saw Gary's way of indoctrination more.
Yeah.
Like if it was more present.
Yeah, because like what we're seeing is the end stage of the cult, right?
Yeah.
It's where like we're sane people and we're looking into. It's like it's same with like you know like the cults that happened. Like why would anyone drink the Kool-Aid, right? Like we as
I
individuals,
guess, yeah.
but we as individuals like know it's crazy. But there is like cults that have like a very insidious way because they like typically they target lonely people, vulnerable people.
Yeah, no support system.
Yeah.
Like
Like we don't
again,
see that because we're just at the end. They're trying to summon the demon and end the world. We're at the end of it, so we don't really see
yeah.
what was going on beforehand. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, like I said, it makes sense. I think it was a missed opportunity in the sense that I think we could have had more info on the kind of indoctrination, but like I don't think we needed to join them. Hell no, like that's a big
Like it's
no
been like a chapter
from me.
1 thing, like just like not show the whole thing, but just like like you get a letter
Yeah,
from Gary,
maybe,
like this Gary guy seems really nice, he loves me.
Gary loves you. That was all. Like remember, they always ended the message with Gary loves you.
Yeah,
And then sometimes that's just enough for people.
I guess, yeah.
How does he own an apartment building or whatever? I like the idea that like it's like
Again,
he's a landlord.
My landlord is like really nice to me. I should worship him.
It's like it's like
I would never do
they
that.
just get all these people just pay so much money.
I'm gonna cut that out because I don't want to make enemies with them.
Oh, word. I mean, what?
I guess I won't cut it out. I'll just bleep it out because I swear to you, I don't want to make any enemies from what you said. Although people could probably understand what Anyway,
You think if I said
it's also getting bleeped. It's also getting bleeped. This is supposed to be a short episode. This is like a normal
That's fine.
podcast.
I think that's
episode.
fine.
I mean, it's great. This game is a fantastic game. I'm really glad we played it, and I'm really excited to play. They said Chapter 4 is coming soon.
Yeah, I don't know if
Or
it's
not
coming
soon,
It's
but
being
it's
worked on.
being
but,
worked on,
yeah, we don't know when it's going to come out.
But this is a fantastic game.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad. So we actually chose this game by chance. I don't know if we ever showed us spinning a wheel for it.
No, not for
No,
this.
we
Yeah,
just
so
did
this was
it,
just a thing we did, and then we were like, we were deciding on what horror game to play as like a group for Halloween, the spooky season, and Faith was one of them. I think we had like 5 or 6. Games.
We turned it down to 5 or 6.
It was 5 or 6 games, and then we took it down to 2, and then we spun a wheel, didn't we?
Yeah. It was like I
I don't really care about the other ones. But yeah, it was a 50-50 shot of whether or not we were going to play this game. And I'm very, very glad we played this game because this is a very good game. And I think I will definitely play myself just to see like what else you can do. Because I didn't look up any of the endings or any of the other endings and stuff like that.
I'm not touching this game.
I do want to try to get
The good ending?
one of the good endings because,
Gotcha.
but
For
it's
chapter
fucking
3?
hard. Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe I don't think it's going to be on our channel or whatever. I think it's very much just going to be on our own time type
We'll
of deal.
definitely cover chapter 4.
Chapter 4, yeah. So I think that whenever that comes out, we'll play Chapter 4, which is a nice touch.
I wanted to check the time.
Oh, what the it's 1:42.
Wow.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. I don't know. I like this game. I really like this game. I think we enjoyed playing it even together. So
Yeah.
I would not have finished this game if it was by myself.
But it's a good game,
It is a good game.
and
Yeah.
you're glad that you saw it.
I'm glad that I saw it. I would not go through it by myself.
Shame. So yeah. So I guess we're just gonna be Faith. Any new Faith content is just gonna be something we do now.
Yeah.
Together, which I'm glad for. It's very good. Very good. So Chapter 4. Do we know if that's gonna be an ending like the
I
last?
have no
or no?
idea. Yeah. Because the endings for chapter 3 felt like a pretty good stopping point.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't know what is Chapter 4 gonna be.
Yeah, no, it had like at
The
least
Catholic Avengers with Father Garcia as Nick Fury.
At least the ending that we got, it's like
It's very much like they're gonna start a war.
like
over
help me,
there.
John. We gotta Morbius all over the other guys to stop them from summoning the demon.
That's more or less the good ending, but John is just better.
mentally.
Yeah.
He was going through it and our ending. He got his hand in his head.
He was just going through it, man.
Okay. Oh, okay. So is this our? We covered pretty much a lot of things with faith. Any other lasting? You said no.
I said no. There's no more other things I want to talk about faith.
I guess one. Should have brought this up during the sound design thing.
Oh,
Wow.
we can circle back. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Apparently Miriam, if you remember Miriam from I think chapter 2.
Oh, this one.
Let me see.
Yeah.
That was you showed me a gray screen. Oh. I do not remember that.
That apparently Miriam's screams or whatever
Yeah.
are like actual recordings of an exorcism.
Huh.
Oh, that makes me very uncomfortable.
Um,
That makes me very uncomfortable.
Gnarly.
So yeah, as a Christian, as a Catholic,
What?
is that
Again, I think a lot. I'm fairly sure, like every single IRL exorcism that's ever happened, really is just the result of a, very militant religious figure, like, harassing a very mentally ill person.
yeah, just to
So-
be clear, I'm laughing at Angela.
My
being,
discomfort,
yeah,
not the person suffering.
Yeah,
So that makes me a little uncomfortable for two reasons. One is if if we're going off of exorcisms are real and demons are being exorcised from humans, I don't want anything about. I want no parts of it to reach me, and that includes audio. And two, I'm a little weirded out that it is a person suffering and the
Yeah.
audio being used, and I'm like that. I don't think that's a cat. Oh, he's a Christian, but I don't. I just feel like maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Me personally, so that's I am uncomfortable with that.
yeah. That's
Piece
a
of-
weird. Like I don't know where one would draw the line. Not in terms of like exorcism specifically.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
using an actual person's like
Suffering,
yeah,
like
in your
literal
media.
blood curdling cries. It's just a little uncomfortable for me, and if
I think it
were
does
to do,
push a line for me personally a little bit,
yeah, like
or cross a line rather.
there's definitely some kind of artistic thing to it, but I don't. Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
I think with the modulation, it's like obscured enough.
Yeah,
it's not-
Where did you get this fact? That like himself or
Yeah,
like I would have to see like is he giddy about that particular fact when he is bringing it up, or
not
it
really.
just as like oh by the way this is a thing,
Not to go too much into it because he doesn't like to talk about the specifics of it, but it is from a famous exorcism.
I think I know which one you're talking
so
about.
I
even.
guess I guess it's like common enough that he felt comfortable.
Yeah, I think it's if it is the thing I'm thinking about, then you're right that like that exorcism is everywhere on the internet. Even, I personally I wouldn't do it. Like I said, I'm not gonna judge the guy super hard for doing it. It is uncomfortable again for the two reasons. One, if that shit is real and there are demons among us, I want no parts. And two, it's a real person suffering, so maybe don't. I mean, you could have had an actor or an actress, but I can appreciate the realness of the thing that they're going for. I see why. Not personally, it's uncomfortable. So was that it?
Yeah, that's something I wanted to bring up earlier. I just
It's fine.
forgot about.
It's fine. I guess I think it was a nice railroad I think we were on, because at the beginning of this we were like dick sucking super hard.
Yeah.
So and then it goes off into just the minor things that could have been made, not why it's not a 10 out of 10. Still very much a 9 out of 10 game. So
I think they should have added air dashing. It would have been a 10 out of 10 for me personally.
I think I've come to the conclusion that Ariel is possessed by a demon, and I'm going to Father Garcia him. So
I'm just saying, every game does not have a reason to not have an air dash.
I think I might just kill him regardless. Okay, well, I guess that does wrap up Faith. Final thoughts. Great game.
Great game.
That's a great game. Okay, so that's it for Faith, the Unholy Trinity. A shout out to the dev. I don't know what his name is. Do you know?
I knew earlier today. His
That's
name
crazy.
escapes me.
Well, shout out to him. This is a fantastic game. Can't wait to play Chapter 4 whenever that comes out. Can't wait to even like play the games that he might come up with next, right? Especially if it's in relation to the Faith universe or whatever. That'd be cool. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm fixing your shock mount.
Thank you, I guess. So this is our mini podcast episode that is literally just as long as our normal episodes.
I figured this is what would happen.
Well, this is why we started the podcast anyways, because we just we get to talk about a game and then it just turns
railroads
it
into
just
whatever.
railroads into an hour-long discussion. So I guess I'll be honest, I thought we would talk about it for 15 minutes.
Really?
I thought that shit was going to be like 15, 30 minutes.
I knew, like, at least me talking, like, if I like really went into sound design, it would just like take more than that, like more than 50 minutes.
Well,
Okay, it's
a great game. Oh wait, no, stop. We got to talk about. We are going. So this podcast episode. We're Resident Evil 4. Right?
Yep.
I think we mentioned last podcast, but I don't think it's ever been brought up in any of our Faith recordings, which is like our only piece of content that's been going up this month.
playing Resi. You know what? We already spun the wheel for Resi 4.
Yeah.
Want to do it again?
You want to spin a wheel? Wait, what? For what?
Just like
For Resident
100% Resi 4.
No.
Damn.
No.
We already made that joke with the last.
We did kind of make that joke. No. But okay, so anyway, our Faith is done, so we're gonna be going back to our regularly scheduled podcast. Of we're gonna play a game. We're gonna take 2 weeks to beat the game, and then we're probably gonna talk about it for next month. But we're gonna close off Spooky Season Spectacular with our normal podcast episode that is not this.
Apparently.
Apparently for Resident Evil 4 Classic, the 2005 version, not remake. We're all playing it. We're all almost done.
Don't say we.
Some of us are almost done, and
A majority of us are almost done.
a good 2/3 of us is almost done. And yeah, so that's gonna be our normal podcast episode that might end up being shorter than this one. I'm going to be completely honest.
Probably.
I
That'll be the mini.
Oh my!
The finale of the month will be the mini podcast.
The main focus of Spooky Season Spectacular, I think, was supposed to be Resident Evil 4. But we didn't plan the month around it. We planned Halloween for it, and then Faith just... I think we all liked Faith so much that just ended up becoming what this month was.
Because I distinctly remember us saying, 2 sittings to beat Faith.
We could have if we didn't do these recordings so fucking late.
And this was during a time when we were fucking with audio equipment.
Right,
like we were
right.
changing a lot of stuff that we were doing as recording. So it is what it is. But I'm glad it happened, and I'm glad it happened the way it did, and I'm kind of glad that Faith kind of did take center stage for us this month. It's a great game, fantastic game. I don't know how many times we're gonna say this, and I think it's a great
Piece of media.
Yeah, actually, I really like it. Anyway, tune into Resident Evil 4. I don't know who's watching, but Faith watchers. Our Faith shit has been getting a lot of views, at least in comparison to our normal. Relatively. Yeah. So, Resident Evil 4 coming out October 31st.
I'm just gonna say, Rabbit and Steel still our most viewed video.
Is it still? I thought maybe
no.
Part 1 is.
It's like 102. I think that's the only one that's over 100.
I'm gonna. No, actually, I checked. Part 1 was over 100 last time I checked. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna smack you if it's actually higher now.
You're gonna look at it and you're gonna smack me regardless.
No, I could, but no. Listen, God is watching me right now. I need to be truthful. Let me see. Oh fuck! We
If
got
Rabbit
another-
and Steel is our most popular video, then that implies that our channel will thrive off of negativity.
Oh
So
my!
I changed my stance on Faith. I actually hate this game.
Whoa! Hey! Whoa! Relax! Relax! relax.
Gary loves you.
No, stop. Gary does not love you. God loves you. God loves you. Stop it.
But he
get
never
it.
told me that in the game.
It doesn't matter. Hey, shut up. Listen, I am mad. Look how many. the
Rabbit and Steel.
It's literally
A single view.
chapter 1 for our Faith playthrough has 111 views. Rabbit and Steel has 112 views.
I was right.
I'm not gonna smack Ariel, but this infuriates me more. The fact that it was literally one off. I'm gonna watch it on my other account right now.
I would argue Rabbit and Steel is more satanic than the cult of this game.
They're not killing babies. Like that's regardless of what's more satanic or
Well,
not.
they're
this-
doing magic shit. That's blasphemous.
Sure, yeah.
So he
We
can't
should-
even defend himself.
We should probably end the podcast. This is a literal normal podcast episode. This wasn't supposed to happen.
done. I
I
did the
don't
thing.
ever cut off.
No,
when
now
you
there's
do
just gonna be
that.
a loud spike in the audio.
I don't ever cut off when you do that. I don't know. When will you learn? When will you learn?
Arl really hates the audience.
It's not hitting 0.
All right,
It's fine.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. Resident Evil 4, October 31. Happy Halloween. Faith is a great game. You should play if you haven't. Bye.